We are gonna spend the next 4 days and nights in a boat. After graduating from sailing a little boat in 101, we are gonna learn how to sail a big boat this time.
I have no clue what's going on. Like, why am I going this direction?
A blue water cruising boat in 103 and 104 ASA. We are the McKays. We plan on traveling to 100 islands with our niece, but
we don't have a boat yet.
Today we are starting our 103-104 courses, and the first thing that we need to do is see if we want to stay in the other boat, because now we are going to actually sail a boat that is big enough that we can spend the night in. Woohoo! Captain Craig jumped right in teaching us about the boat.
And the answer is yes, there is a reason for it. Okay.
And yet again, we were prepared because we had read a book for both 103 and 104 beforehand.
It's like the living room area. It depends. It can be pronounced salon or saloon. Being from Texas, I certainly don't want to tell my friends I'm going to go hang out in the salon. So
Okay,
a lot of sailors, you say, so I call it the saloon, but it can go either way. As you go down, here's rails. You go down. So we're going to go through some engine maintenance. Nothing severe, but checking oil, transmission fluid, radiator fluid, cooling fluids, and things like that. You come up to pick up a mooring ball or you're anchoring and there's an issue. If it doesn't go smoothly, real loudly look around and say, all right, I don't like this spot, let's try another one. Or you say, or, yeah, I've checked it out, this is good, let's come back and pick it up. Make sure everyone thinks that that's what you intended to do. A lot of times, these will be like the depth sensors. Who here is familiar with these ones? So here's the trick. Put it on something paper. You can see how high. So we're going to need meals for Friday.
Oh yeah, I started Saturday.
Saturday, and then Sunday.
Now we need to go get provisions.
Yeah.
You're provisioned up for a weekend on a boat. Boat, it's a lot nicer to get ready in the marina bathroom. And yet this bathroom is actually on pontoons on the water, so it's moving. And when you're taking a shower in what you think is a normal bathroom, but you can feel it swaying, that's kind of crazy. I think during the 103 class, you're supposed to sleep inside the boat and eat breakfast inside the boat and do everything in the boat. We got provisions for that, but you know what? We're still at the marina, so we're going out for breakfast. Waffles are not your typical waffles. They are not light and fluffy. They're like dense. They're made from a batter, a dough instead of a batter. But they're really yummy. Usually on the course of 103, 104, they actually take you out to an island or kind of like an adventure. But because of the weather and tides, we just come back to the marina every night, and I don't actually mind. I like the creature comforts of a marina. During our courses, we had one other student with us.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I live here in Texas, about an hour away. and looking forward to completing my 103-104 class.
Captain Craig went over a few things before heading out on the water.
Correct. Now, what we're going to do is we're not going to make this a full-blown weather course, but I like to touch on a couple of basic things. Your anchor may be connected with, sometimes it's entirely chain, sometimes it's entirely a line. Well, so we're going to put the spring line right down the wheel. The rudder could be turned all the way one direction or the other.
And we're getting out of the marina. Our first stop is a fuel dock because we're pretty low on fuel, so this is going to be an educational experience. I've never filled up fuel in a boat before.
There we go. Go ahead and 1/8 of the tank. Notice I'm putting that in the diesel port.
Now watch how the boat is going to rotate. Watch how the nose of the boat is going to rotate clockwise. 1, 2, 3. Back in neutral. Did we go forward or reverse much?
We are doing motoring maneuvers, and the first thing that we're learning is how to do a standing turn.
What's the first step to do?
I pull it over to the right.
Correct. Turn the wheel all the way to the right.
1, 2.
Look how we're turning now.
Now forward.
Now forward.
Our first assignment now that we're on the water is to catch a mooring ball.
Turn a little to port.
The mooring ball right here. What we're doing now is we're grabbing.
Then we practiced man overboard drills.
Yay! We saved Jared!
Now we're going to learn how to anchor, which is really important because a lot of the places we're going to go to don't even have docks.
Again, here's this right here is our safety line. All right, so let's put the engine in reverse for about 4 or 5 seconds to set the hook.
Then we had lunch and brought the anchor back up. It started out so warm, and now I have to put on like tons of layers now that it's gotten...
Welcome to Texas and welcome to sailing. It's all about, layer up and layer down.
Finally, it was time to sail.
Turn the winch the other direction. This is 2 gears. One is easy and slow, one is harder and fast.
Now we're gonna try all of the tacking and jibing and stuff that we learned on the small boat, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a little bit more involved.
Good job! Everyone wave!
So now we're gonna heave 2, and heave 2 is a little too complicated to explain, but hopefully once I do it a few more times, I'll understand it, even if I can't explain it to you guys.
Tacking beneath the ship where it is. Something like that. Here we go.
So heaving 2 actually stops the boat, which is really important if you want to have any kind of respite during your sail. And now it's time to take in the sails and go back home. But Captain Craig wasn't done teaching us.
Turn the valve on, just like you would on your barbecue pit. So we came back here and we turned on the LP gas.
Perfect. Nice.
What is 1 minute of latitude, 1 nautical mile.
How do you like my headphones, hon?
They're great.
You look great in them.
I look great in anything.
Today was a lot harder than I thought it would be. It was very physical, especially like I wasn't even able to film as much as I wanted to because it was so demanding. But I was proud of myself for being able to do it, and now I'm ready for a good night's sleep. Good morning. It's another day of sailing, and if you ever buy a sailboat, make sure that there's not something that you can hit your head into every day, because it gets old and annoying.
So I may or may not have accidentally just locked the keys in the bathroom. The bathroom keys in the bathroom. The only set of bathroom keys that we have.
So I can't go to the bathroom or get ready.
No.
That's super nice. Get the keys now. Yeah. We had to wait for an instructor to come and give us the keys so we could go to the bathroom.
Don't lose them.
Yay! Right away, Captain Craig started to teach us.
That's going to be less efficient. The wind is going to hit it and bounce off of it.
But quickly we were back on the boat. It is super windy today, which is really intimidating. We haven't even put up our sails. And apparently there's already a pan of a capsized boat. So that just makes me really, really confident.
West, all vessels in the Pacific, keep a sharp lookout. If possible, and report all sightings to Coast Guard units. Break. This is Coast Guard Security Scout Texas. Out.
Because it's so windy, we're only putting up the sails halfway, which is called reefing, so that we don't have to like be all heeled all the way overboard. I mean, you know what I mean. Maybe you don't, I don't know. You lost your hat!
Oh yeah, another hat overboard. Here's the cool thing, you can wave to them, even if they got a little disgruntled, they forget all about it, they wave back. So this is sailing wing on wing. We have the mainsail on one side and the headsail on the other, kind of like a bird with its wings in two different directions. We also have hooked up a jibe preventer, which is a line which runs from the boom up to the foredeck or up to the bow, and that prevents us from doing an accidental jibe. All right, Kevin?
It's just interesting. I appreciate the experience.
The jib sheet, because the wind is so intense. Woo! On a day like today, you really get to appreciate nature and how powerful wind can be.
When I was up there, Captain Craig told me, "You just make sure you don't let go of the boom." And I'm thinking to myself, he couldn't make me let go of the boom.
I am drenched. I think there's no part of me that's dry right now. It's lovely.
Okay.
In the marina, things are a lot more calm, which is very nice since we have to get ready to dock.
We're going to be we should be fairly protected with all the buildings around there, so it's not going to be close to even what it was like out there. However, we may still get hit with the gun.
Like that. I am so proud of myself that I didn't get sick. That is an accomplishment, trust me. Tell me about your day.
It's a good day. It's a windy day. We heard a lot of pans, meaning other boats have flipped over.
people would be holding on to the hull. We didn't see them; they were all far away.
on your ground. This is Coast Guard Channel 16 over.
I feel great. I was glad we went out. In a little rougher weather, I probably wouldn't have done that on my own, so it gives me a lot of confidence to do that. So thank you for that.
What was the wind?
Oof, I would say the wind was above 20 knots for sure.
Yes.
With gusts, you had mentioned up to probably close to 30, which I would believe.
I believe days like today are fantastic for students because it gives you a chance to sail when the conditions become rougher than you are used to. But after you finish doing these skills, Lindy, what do you say? Your confidence level is now what?
A little bit higher that I could handle something.
Yeah, so absolutely. So what we do is you want to push your limits, but you don't want to push them too far. The great thing about coming out and taking a sailing class is that you get to go out with the security and the safety of an instructor so that you learn this for the first time. You don't want to learn this for the first time if you're by yourself, correct? So fantastic. We get the question all the time. Do we go out if it gets too rough? If it's unsafe, we do not go out. So safety is number one. So this is the jack line. Here we have several harnesses. Run that through both holes. And then
So it gets even tighter.
yeah, you want to secure it. It's tethered in. You want to haul something out. Let it hang.
So it was so cold out on the boat that we decided to come in here to a restaurant and warm up and continue with our instruction at a nice warm restaurant. Do you see that out there?
They can't see it. Oh yeah, they can see the palm trees.
It's crazy. I don't want to be out in that right now.
Yum.
There were so many pan-pans out there today, but apparently you don't say pan-pan in Texas, you say pom-pom. If I'm in danger, I'm probably not going to remember to say pom-pom. I'll probably say pan-pan. We're going back to the boat to take our 103 test. I hope I pass. So ironically, we decided to come into the boat to take our test so that we could be warm, but suddenly the electricity is not working, and so the heater's not working. I should clarify that the whole marina seems to be out of power, so it's not like our instructor's fault or the boat's fault.
Yeah.
We wanted heat, so we came back to the sailing school.
Warmth.
Not to freak out.
We passed!
The 103 day.
It is our last day of our 103, 104 classes, and hopefully we'll pass, and then we'll be able to charter a boat.
All right, so today we're at low tide, which means that we have an extreme low tide. The water level is so low at the moment that the boat is actually sitting on the keel, and you can tell there's a 6-inch difference in the water line. Now, yeah, this is the boat. You can see it's sticking up about 6 inches. Now, what you'll also notice is when you walk back and forth on the boat, it's going to rock a little bit differently than it did when you were.
Because it's pivoting from the bottom of the keel.
So, correct.
Basically, we're stuck, so we're at the office instead of on the boat. One thing I love about this sailing school is that the size of the classrooms. We've only had 3 people in each of the classes so far.
It's been nice.
And we are number 1 and 2, so there's only been 1 other person in our classes. Super nice. It's our anniversary today on our last day of 103, 104.
Which one?
Really?
You notice that symbol right there, okay? This is one scale. We'll take a look at another scale. See the original chart here.
So Dustin, how do you feel about spending your 18th wedding anniversary looking at maps and charts?
It's awesome. It's a good adventure.
Yeah, an adventure is romantic, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
A bunch of pencils right here.
So I passed. This test was a lot harder than the other 2, but I still passed, and that's what counts. Join us next week when we do ASA 105. Comment, like, and subscribe.